In Southern California, constantly full, and so oftentimes they offer either low-cost or free adoptions in hope of getting those dogs out of the shelters. Well, animal advocates say that what happened to a pit bull this week is an example of what can go wrong when you give animals away. An innocent dog physically and sexually abused, and just a warning, some of the details in this story are very disturbing.
You okay?
This video was taken late Monday night in South LA, just hours before the 5-year-old pit bull passed away.
Can you feel this?
The lethargic dog was dumped in front of a house on West 85th Street, in between Main Street and Broadway. A neighbor saw it happen and told others to try and get the dog help.
From what I got, they saw two male African Americans that just were carrying the dog and dropped it off there, and they just left.
A resident who did not want to show her face on camera for safety reasons says she couldn't get a hold of anyone from city or county animal control, so she reached out to Ghetto Rescue Foundation.
We got here, and sure enough, she was still here, head down. She had a rope tied to her neck, and she wasn't going anywhere.
Dianty Marquez managed to get the dog, now named Cargo, into her car and rushed her to a vet that opened after hours just for the emergency.
That's when, we got the word that, there had been some trauma in her vaginal area, and, they made her as comfortable as they could.
By Tuesday morning, Cargo had taken a turn for the worse.
She had passed because she had some type of blunt force trauma, and it caused her aorta to rupture.
Cargo was microchipped, so volunteers from Ghetto Rescue started investigating. They learned she had been adopted from Orange County Animal Care on July 23rd during a free adoption event after being in the shelter for 3 months. They soon found out the phone number and address given at the time of adoption were not current. Shelter officials released a statement saying, in part, the OC Animal Care Shelter does not discriminate against those wishing to adopt unless they are suspected of or have been convicted of animal offenses.
We come across a lot of different abuse cases, and it's definitely one of those that I'm not going to forget. It's going to stick with me.
Now, OC Animal Care staff also says the individual who adopted this dog is ineligible for future adoptions. They're also cooperating with the LAPD. And if you know anything about the men who dropped this dog off or the dog at all that could help solve this case, you're asked to call LAPD's Animal Cruelty Task Force, and we'll get that number on our website. Also today, in honor of Cargo, Ghetto Rescue went to the South LA shelter and pulled another pit bull out of the medical ward and rescued that dog today. We will also put their contact info on ktla.com.